Hello Stampers, this is Gail from Rubber and Ink Crafts. Thank you for stopping by my video today, or stopping by my YouTube channel to watch my video today. We are making this card today here, and we are using the Autumn Goodness bundle with the dies and the stamp set. It's really nice. And we're also using the ornate frames. We're going to use this one out of the ornate frames. Okay, so those are our dies and our stamps. So let's get started. Our card base is Mint Macaron, and it is 8.5 scored at 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4.25. Okay, that's the card base, and we have a very vanilla panel, which is 5.25 by 4, and it's going to go right on the front of the card base right here. Okay, and then we have our Designer Series paper, which is so pretty. It is the beautiful paper that comes with that's part of the Autumn Goodness bundle in the suite of products. We have one side of the paper that's all foiled with copper and gold and brass, and then the other side is just the plain DSP. But this is so pretty. All of it is pretty. It's hard to decide which side to use on the paper. So we're going to attach this to the front of our card, and this is 5 by 3 3/4. It's going to go right to the front just like this. Okay, all right, then I'm going to set this aside and let's work on our piece here. We are going to stamp the word thankful at the top. Let's make sure that's right. Okay, let's stamp the word thankful at the top. Actually, I'm going to stamp it this way since I'm closer and I don't want to put my head in the camera if I can help it. Stamp that right there. Great. That worked out good. Okay. And let's stamp our pumpkins and garden vegetables. We're using the Early Espresso ink. And I have, well, let me show you this. I pre-cut the wheelbarrow, okay? I stamped it on a piece of soft suede scrap with Early Espresso ink using the wheelbarrow stamp, right? And then I cut it with the die. So I cut it with the die. And then I also cut the wheel. The wheel comes in two parts. We have the spoke piece and the wheel piece, I guess. I just cut them both, layered them together, and then glued that onto there. That's how I made that piece. We're going to move that out of the way. But what I wanted to show you is that I kind of placed this right here where I knew I wanted it to go. And then I used it just so I can, as a guide, so I knew where to place my stamps, my stamped image. So now I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to stamp this about right here. Okay, let's hold this down and make sure it gets good. There we go. All right, that's done. Okay, so, and then this is going to go right here once we get done coloring this. So now let's just color this with all of our glorious, well, first, why don't I want to sponge this. Let's get this Early Espresso ink put away. What did I do on the inside? On the inside piece, which is 5.25 by 4, I stamped a second time. I stamped the vegetable spray right down in the corner, the pumpkin. Okay. Oh, I got smudges right there. But guess what? Let's just sponge the corner. Nope, I don't like this. So how about we just turn it over? That one I couldn't hide. But guess what? The back side always works. There we go. Now how's that? And then we can do a little bit on the corner if we want. And let's put this on the inside of our card so we can get this out of the way and we can get the ink and take the ink, Early Espresso ink, and put that away as well. You know me, I will end up with ink everywhere. Okay, let's get that put away. All right, set that aside and let's color. Let's color with our blends, our stamping blends. All right, let's use a little bit of, this is the light pumpkin pie. And I'm just coloring the whole thing right here, the whole pumpkin. It goes pretty quick. Okay, and let's take a little bit of the dark and put some of the dark pumpkin pie right where the accent marks are. Okay, right there. That's good. And let's take a little bit of this, which one is this? Dark Mango Melody. And let's do this little piece right here. Oh, let's use the other side. That one's almost out of ink, but this side is still good. So let's put this right here. That's the Dark Mango Melody. And we're going to use the Light Daffodil Delight back here on the squash or the corn or whatever that is. All right. And this is our Light Rich Razzleberry. I'm going to use a bullet tip and color these little pieces, these little plums. I call them plums. I'm not quite sure. And now let's do some apples. These are all apples in the basket here. This is another little apple that's down here on the side. All right. And let's put a little contrast on those apples. Right. Okay. Now let's color our pear. Let's see. I want to use Grand Apple Green for this pear. I think it's going to stand out a little bit more because it kind of blended in with my leaves. And so let's try to make this a little bit different shade of green. All right, so now how about our leaves? Let's color those up. Okay, what is this here? I guess that's an apple. I missed that apple, so I'll have to go back and color that. Okay, let's see. Red for the apple down here. And let's give it a little contrast with the cherry cobbler. All right. And I forgot my brown. Let me get my suede. Let's do the stems. There we go. Oh, and the basket. How about that? I should have really colored this ahead of time because I'm not good coloring on camera. How about that? All right, that's done. So this is going to go, let's see here. This is going to go right in the middle of this ornate frame. And this little piece fits perfectly. And this little piece is 2 1/4 by 3 5 vase. Okay, that fits right on the inside of that frame perfectly, right in between that row, the border of dots that's there. Now, I believe I put this on with dimensionals. So let's put a few dimensionals on this so that we can put it on the front of our card. Okay. And take the liners off. Okay. And this is going to go right here in the center. That's good. And then this also gets put on with dimensionals. So let's grab those again. Let's put a few here. Let's see. One more right there. Okay. Take the liners off. This is also always tedious trying to take the liners off. But there we go. Now this is going to go right here. There we go, just like that. Okay. And that's stamped on the inside. Your card is done. How about that? Thank you for stopping by and watching my video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Give me a thumbs up while you're there. Also, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the card today. And as always, now go and stamp something.